This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Through these after magazines, what would happen if Hulk Hogan wrestled Ric Flair? What would happen if The Undertaker wrestled Sting? What would happen if Goldberg wrestled Stone Cold? We don't get any of those matches. Instead, we get this main event, and fans were excited. I mean, it set an all-time pay-per-view record for a non-WrestleMania show. Think about that. This beat every SummerSlam. This beat every Royal Rumble. This beat every Survivor Series. I mean, second only to WrestleMania. This is it. And they left, and they never came back, and the invasion angle continued, but no one cared.
No.
In hindsight, what could we have done differently on this show, if anything, Jim, to stretch this thing out and give this angle new life and new legs?
Oh, God. I don't know. There's a million probably right answers, probably a million wrong answers, Conrad. You can't have a card full of cold matches. For sure. You gotta have matches or talents on these matches that people have made a confirmed and established emotional investment within. We didn't do that. The Austin turn would never happen if I'd have been booking it, because I was going to like you said earlier, and it's right. We had a door. The door was open to get the hell out of that scenario.
Yeah.
Right. But we still going to try it one more time. Let's keep trying it. It's just never, it didn't work. Wasn't ever going to work. So, and that's a shame. But the other aspect of it are things that were out of our control. Austin getting injured, Angle getting injured, Benoit getting injured, among others. And I'm sure there are other guys. Brock in his movie career, which you can't blame him for that. I mean, hell, look what that's got him. I think last year he made $85 million. I'd say he made the right call.
He did okay.
Yeah. So things happened, and these were not just average guys we were losing. These are main event level established stars. And so unless you can wave a magic wand and get all these guys healthy and available, there's not a whole hell of a lot you could do. But the issue is to take a step or two backwards. Could the company have done more to get heels ready for Steve, get them red hot, white hot, and coming for Austin? Yes, definitely. So but other than that, man, the Austin turn was wrong, and people lost interest in us. Their savior, their John Wayne, if you will, no longer was playing that role.
I'm curious from your perspective, since you do have Paul Heyman running around representing ECW, do you think fans would have gotten with this a little more if Bischoff was running around as the WCW mouthpiece, or did that not really matter in the scheme of things?
I don't think it would have trumped the Austin scenario.
Of course not.
I don't think it would have trumped the fact that we didn't have anybody ready for Steve, and which he saw the writing on the wall.
I just think, especially with the Steve dynamic, if Bischoff is there, you could have turned a whole big thing with the whole Steve Austin, Eric Bischoff. Hey, I fired your ass type.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Eric would have played his role out perfectly.
Right.
Would he have been better than Heyman? Well, they're different characters.
Of course.
But they're both talented guys. And if based on what you're saying, and I don't disagree with actually, the fact that Eric could have played that Austin card. I FedEx your ass a letter that you're fired.
Yeah.
And so, and what are you going to do about it? Nothing. Or whatever. And that Eric could pull that off like a champion. So that's another way of looking at it. Again, it's frustrating to look back at it 20-something years ago, Connie. But dadgum, man, it's easy to figure out problems in when they're in hindsight. I could do a lot of things in my life over if I had the benefit of hindsight, and would have made better decisions in a lot of areas. But man, oh man, he's just that would have been interesting. But again, we can't do anything about it but be frustrated about it again and say, well, I wish we'd have done this, we should have done that. Because at the end of the day, it seems as if it worked out for everybody pretty good. I mean, the monies came in, the being a publicly traded company for WWE, et cetera, et cetera. At the end of the day, they financially, they ended up well. But in this 2001 interlude, the creative was not at its all-time best.
Let me ask Jim, do you think that because a lot of people would argue, hey, if you don't have the, hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at savewithconrad.com.